G'day everybody, it's Hunter here. I'm here to do an unboxing and a discussion on this new product that I've got. It's the LAUNCH CRP919E. It's basically a scanning diagnostics tool for your car. This is a 2023 edition, and pretty much the reason why I got this is when I do the fuel filter on my car, I have a lot of issues of trying to get the fuel pump to reset. I do the pedal dance, but it doesn't always work. So by having a scan tool, I can actually reset it myself without having to do all that annoyance, whether it works and then try again and works and try again. Plus also with a scan tool, it comes in handy if something's going wrong with the car, and you just plug her in and then you troubleshoot it, and then it will come up with a code that will lead you specifically to the problem that's happening in your car. Now the cool thing about this product, it has 2 years free update. And what sets this product different from all the others is that when your 2 years is up, you still have all those functions available that you already previously had. So all the modules and stuff like that you'd already updated from the 2 years that you get for free. You still have all that information. And you still have access to all those modules. So for example, on a 2021 Toyota Prado, there's a few modules in testing the solenoids in your windscreen wipers and stuff like that. After those 2 years have expired of the free updates, you can still use all those functions. So it's only basically stopping the updates from, say, your expiry date's 2025, so you will no longer get updates for cars that come out in 2026. However, you can pay for them though. So if you buy a new car and you want the module for that, you can actually pay in the Launch app and then update it that way. So it will still keep it relevant. But why I went for this one is that sole purpose. A lot of the other ones, like the Autels and stuff like that, when the update period is over, they actually lock those special functions behind paywalls essentially. So you have to pay and subscribe again to then unlock them. Your high-end diagnostic tools that cost thousands of dollars, a lot of mechanics pay thousands of dollars to keep them up to date every year. They don't get free updates, which I think is a rip-off. So I got a pretty good deal on eBay with this one. At the moment it's going for about $600, but you can get them cheaper. I got this cheaper thanks to the Black Friday cyber sale and also an eBay discount code. So I triple dipped on the price, which is good, so I got it really cheap. And with this, I also got a free battery tester as well with it. So that was kind of cool. So this is just a 12-volt battery tester that came with it. This has got nothing to do with Launch. This just was the eBay company. So you can find some good deals on it. You got to be careful though with a lot of Launch products because there's a lot of fakes. I asked the seller for their proof of certification from Launch, which they did actually provide me, so that was pretty cool. So they sent me basically their license that they are an authorized seller of their product. So that gives me the guarantee of this is covered on Launch warranties and that the activation codes and stuff like that will all be valid. So I have already opened the box. The reason why is the box when I got it was it looked a little bit damaged from Australia Post, because Australia Post are, as you can see up here, Australia Post are not exactly the most reliable company. So let's open her up and have a look-sees. So the product itself comes in this nice hard case carry box to keep it protected, so it's nice and handy. It's not too big, it's pretty heavy, and the latches are pretty decent on them, so I'll try and open it like this. So this is your scanner itself. It's basically a tablet, the way they do it. So and then they've got their own proprietary app that is already pre-downloaded in it, and that's what you use basically. But you can Google, you can YouTube things. This also comes with a camera, which is really handy as well. So there's a camera there, so if you need to take a photo of something, you can do that. The case is pretty hardy. If you drop it, it's going to survive it quite well. It's got a nice size screen on it, but one thing I like about it, it's also got the buttons on the side of this. So this is your mid-range scan diagnostics tool. This is for like your enthusiasts, the person that loves to tinker with cars like myself. And since I work on a lot of different cars here and there, this will give me the best bang for your buck. And the one special thing about this, especially for the price, is this is a bidirectional tool. And what that means is not only does this read and diagnose your car by reading fault codes and clearing them, but this can also tell your car to do specific tests. So for example, you can, on certain cars, you can tell it to wind up and wind down the windows to test to see whether the motors are actually working or not, without doing it in the car itself. So you can control a lot of modules on your car just with this. So you can just sit there and then you just run all the different tests. It won't work on all cars. Like for example, my car, I can't do a lot of the tests because my car's 2014, it's a little bit old. But there are a few things that I can do. I'm pretty sure I can do an actuator solenoid test on my turbo. So things like that which will come in handy with my car. But if, for example, my parents were to have issues with their car and they didn't trust their mechanic, this will work on their car without any issues. And this can do exactly what their thousands and thousands of dollar scan tool can do at the Toyota dealership. The only thing it can't do is program keys, but I'm not really about doing that anyway, so it doesn't really bother me that I can't do that. So for your price point, it's pretty best bang for your buck. There is a more expensive, which is the Pro version. It's basically just a bigger tablet, essentially. It's got a slightly faster processor in it. But other than that, it does the exact same functionalities as this. So this is kind of your best bang for your buck. And the cheaper ones are just really good quality scan tools. And these can do pretty much majority of car brands. There's not many car brands that this car can't do. So we'll go through and have a look at that in a little bit. Then you've got this little compartment here, and that opens up. And you've got your manual, and then you've got all your different ports here. So this comes as one of those universal PowerPoint sockets where you can basically go anywhere in the world and plug her in and charge her up. I can just open this up. So this is your OBD2 adapter. So this part here is what actually plugs into your car. So after 2004, all cars are mandatory required to have this adapter to keep it universal. So pretty much any car after 2004 will have an OBD2 socket on it. The ones that have OBD1 are actually cross compatible with these. You can plug these in on some of them. I would double check before doing it though, just in case it isn't actually an OBD1. It's some other sort of proprietary thing that the company's had for a while. So this bit here plugs into your car, and then this bit here plugs into your machine. You've got a USB-C to USB-A charge cable for the power, and then you've got your adapters, which I just realised that this doesn't come with an Australian socket. So that's alright though. I've got plenty of USB chargers and stuff like that, so this doesn't really bother me that much. But I could probably get one of these for this, because these are just a universal charger, so I could probably just easily go and buy myself an Australian port on it, but that's okay. I don't need it. So I reckon now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set her up. I'm going to update it and go through all that process. I'm not going to do that on camera because there's a lot of things on there. You have to put personal information and stuff like that when it comes to registering it. But this is what comes in the package, and it's my first real look and unboxing of it. I will dwell more into on how the manual reads and stuff like that. I don't particularly. I'll have a quick look. just to see. So there's a few the activation codes and stuff like that. You just don't give those codes out, but yeah, basically it's just a standard set of instructions and tells you what to do. So anyway, we'll catch back to you when I finish updating it and getting it turned on and charged up. So it's actually the next day. Hello again. It's the next day. The storm got pretty crazy. So this is my first time plugging it in. So she's plugged into the OBD2 sensor. When you plug it in, make sure that it's the correct orientation. It'll only go one way. Make sure you don't bend any pins, and be careful with the connector. On the Navara, it just sits on a plate, so you just got to be careful. So basically she's all plugged in. Now we just turn it on accessories, but don't start the car. Alright, so we got her on. So let's turn her on. Okay. So you can see the quality of the screen isn't that great. You can see how it's all grainy and shit, but that's okay. So it's just loading up now. All right, so it's all plugged in. It's already done the auto VIN. It's doing an update right now as well, which is good. Basically it took me about 2 hours to get it fully updated and whatnot last night. It's a very straightforward process. You don't even need the activation key that they used to have anymore. It just reads the system and automatically knows it. You can see there the 12.5 volts showing there. That's how much the battery is at the moment reading. It's firmware successfully updated. It's just very loud doing this part. Okay. Confirm. See if the auto VIN. Input VIN. Oh, okay. So the auto VIN, this is good. The auto VIN doesn't come up on this car, and I suspect it's because it's an older vehicle. So we're going to search it manually, I think. So the vehicle does not support automatic detection. Please select the model manually to enter the diagnosis. Okay, that's fine. So what we need to then do is we go diagnose, and then we got to go to Asian, and we need to go to Navara, Nissan, so Nissan. Okay. So we should be able to go manually select. I'm pretty sure it's Euro. No, that's not it. Gianna, Australia. So we want to look for Nissan. So you can see all the different vehicles along here. So we want the Navara. So you got the Navara Thai and you want the Navara Spain. So SPA D40. That's it. So this is actually a 2014 model, which doesn't actually show on here, which is really weird. So 02 2010, 02 26, and 02 2007. It's actually none of these. I wonder what happens if we go back. Let's see if we can get it to auto detect. Automatically search. VIN information could not be retrieved from vehicle. Please select by selection tab. Okay. I want to have a look at the Navara tire build. So even that doesn't even have 2014 in there. That's interesting. So it's definitely not Thai. It's a Spain built. So I'm not going to search that. So we're going to go and have a look at the Navara Spain. Sorry, where is it? I've just lost it. Camp Navara Spain. So we're going to go this one here, D40, and they 2010 was the Euro 6 year onwards. So we'll click that one. Let's just go health report. See if it comes up with any fault codes. If I put the VIN number in, it would have picked it up straight away, but I don't actually know the VIN number off by heart on this vehicle. I'll have to have a look at that afterwards. So just going through this takes a little bit of time. Okay, so that fault code is actually the display. Because when it was reading it, the display went all funny, and I've been having issues with that recently as well. So okay, all drives. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't had any issues with the accidentally clicked it. I haven't had any issues with the full drive. I just went and clicked that accidentally. So we have a look here. Communication circuit, DSB connection, sensor calibration, switch connection, current too large. That's interesting, the USB current. The USB is that one there. So it's saying that that's too large. That's a little bit alarming. That's all right. So we're going to go back here. So this is the problem when you go back. You have to go back into and redo the health scan again. There's a downside with this. It's okay though. But the fact that it can go through, this is the reason why I went with this scanner, is the fact that I can go through all these different modules. A lot of other scanners can't talk. Like, for example, the transmission's a big one. Or that they can't talk to that, or the full drive module as well to turn it. Because the problem with the 2014 D40 is it's an electronic bloody selector that go from 2-wheel to 4-wheel, 4 high. They're notorious for going bad. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll clear that fault and then see if it comes up again. If it comes up again, I'll have to have a look at some circuitry and stuff like that to see what's going on. Because I'm planning on doing a full drive trip soon. So here we go. So the DVD communication. I don't think there's a CD in here. No, there's not. Built-in audio connection, steering angle sensor calibration. That one there's abnormal, which is interesting. Speed, sensor, ABS. Okay. It's not that big deal. So, in modern cars, it's actually normal to have a lot of these issues turn up, especially modern cars, because any sort of issue with the computer while running, it will throw out a code. So we're just going to go clear code. Let me go yes. So now we're clearing the codes. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to run a health scan again and see if those same fault codes come back up. So now it's saying all codes are good. So we're going to go back. I'm going to go system scan. It does take a bit of time. %. So the it just scanned the audio, the media unit. The also biggest problem with the media unit on the 2014 is that actually controls your climate control system as well. So you can't replace these in these models. So this is going to tell me everything that I need to know. 100%, that's good. So just got to wait for it to finish up. So this is telling me all the different modules and stuff like that are here, which is good. Okay, let's do health report again. See if those fault codes turn up again. If they do, it just means I need to look at them and find out what's going on. Once it gets to the transmission, it does stick a little while. It's interesting that. Must go through a lot of different sensors and stuff on it for the transmission. I can also hear actuators throughout the car going back and forth. Like it's, I can hear it actually testing things. See, look, see, no fault code. So that means that the issues that happened in the past could have been as simple as disconnecting the battery. And that could also, if the full drive ABS sensor shows up that it doesn't have any codes anymore, it could very well be, yeah, see, it's all good now. So that probably means that when I disconnected the battery, it threw a fault code when I started the car up. Because when you start the car up after standing the battery with these cars in particular, a lot of the systems are turned off. For example, the traction control, the variable geometry control, the VDC, that will be turned off until you go for a drive for a little bit, and then it will turn itself back on. Okay, so that is all good then. So we can basically say that this car is running pretty good. The fact that it didn't throw the fault codes again, which is awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it, how you do it manually. Obviously the auto VIN doesn't work on this year car because it's an older model, but this as you can see, this does all the different Nissans in the regions and different countries, which is great. So I'm very, very happy with this tool. At the moment, it's going to come very handy with diagnostics and stuff like that. Would you like to end your diagnostic session? Yes. So yeah, so as you can see, these are all your different makes that you can go through: Toyota, Renault, Subaru, Proton, Nissan GTR, Mitsubishi, Mazdas. So pretty much all your major cars are on the Asian market. You've also got a lot of Europeans on here as well: Bentleys, Audis, Aston Martins, Ferrari, Bugatti. So yeah, you can plug this into a Bugatti if you really wanted to. Land Rover, Lancia, Renault, Skoda, VW, Vauxhall. Alright, so we can do other stuff as well. We can have a look at the battery. So we can do a battery health test to see if this car will do it. I think it might. See if it will do it. No, I don't think it will. That's all right. We can do a start system test. We can do lots of different things. I'm not going to do any of these because I don't think this car in particular will be able to do it, because this car's a very basic car. This is the reason why I got this car, is because it's got very basic technology on it. But at least, you know, finding fault codes, it doesn't matter like whether this is a little handheld one or a enthusiast level one like this. It's still really handy to be able to see what fault codes. And I got this specifically because, like I showed before, it can talk to the transmission and stuff like that and show fault codes with the full drive system in particular, which is known to go wrong on this car, where the basic scanners, they won't communicate those modules and tell you those codes. They're more designed to just tell you what's wrong with the engine, and that's about it really. So that's why I went for this one. And also a lot of friends and family have different cars from different ages, so I can also use this to help
diagnose some stuff for them. But highly recommend this tool. It's pretty good bang for your buck. Yeah, I will be using this a lot, especially after every time I disconnect the battery, so I can clear all those fault codes. And then also you can do a fuel filter reset on this. I just need to try and find it. It's a bit of a pain. You basically got to go through all these here. These are all your different resets, like your gearbox and all that sort of stuff. Not all of this is going to work on this car, obviously, because like stop start, for example, injectors, I don't think they're actually controlled. Bleeding, don't think it works. Electronic throttle relearn, yeah, that might work. I'm not too sure. But yeah, basically I can go through and reset some modules and stuff like that, which is good. Well, thank you very much. I hope you found this video enlightening. And if you're looking for a scanner, the Launch is a pretty good product. Just make sure you don't get a fake. But yeah, I'm very, very happy and hope you have a good day and night depending around the world, and talk to you later.